Hello everyone, welcome to Skin School. I'm so happy today because I have a really great friend joining us today, and she's one of the world's best athletes of all times. She's been #1 in the tennis world forever. She won 5 Grand Slams. She is a total super entrepreneur. Created her own brand, Sharapova, which is sweets with amazing ingredients, and we're all focusing on ingredients. So I want to introduce you to Maria Sharapova because she is really fantastic human being, and also cares a lot about skin from early years on, because she spent a lot of time in the sun. Welcome, Maria. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, it's so nice to see you all the way from Italy, huh?
Good to see you all the way in Colorado. Isn't it so great that we can do this all over the world, no matter where we are? We just plug in the phone, go on Zoom, and there we are. It's great.
Yeah, I used to think that you need to fly across the entire world to have a meeting and fly back in 24 hours, which I know you did a lot of as well. And
Yes.
it's been an interesting shift in life and lifestyle for me as I retired back in February, but also just to have like a completely new perspective that you don't need to, to go for a 1-day or a 2-day trip to get things done. You can be a lot more efficient. And if there's anything that I'll take away from this, is that I'll just be definitely kinder to my body.
Kinder to your body. I totally agree. You know, we were in lockdown in Los Angeles, and I spent 4 months with a good night's sleep, with good food, with no stress in the way that we have to travel and fly. But of course, you know, the business is always there to create some stress, but you know, I felt so healthy. I haven't felt forever. And then we came back to Europe, and then then you have the jet lag, and then our place in Düsseldorf is noisier. So I was up early and I couldn't get enough sleep, and it really affected my overall health. And there I saw the difference really between those lifestyles. And
I agree. I haven't traveled much in the last 5 months, and we've just been doing a lot of road trips. Those were the only things that we really did, and just seeing the car. Yeah, which actually I appreciated very much. Like, I never thought that I'd want to drive longer than an hour, but we've done some longer versions of road trips, and I was like, this is pretty cool. You see a different side of the world than you do when you're just on the plane. You know, you close your window and you do a little work, you eat some terrible food, or you try not to, and then you get to this other city and you're completely exhausted. So
for what?
definitely,
for what?
Yeah.
So self-care is a big topic for all of us now, and I think everyone wants to understand, what can I do to be the best and most healthiest myself possible? Because immune system, every inch of our body needs to be taken care of in order to withstand bacteria, viruses, every stressor from outside, and I think partially what happened now with all this lockdown, I mean, besides all the terrible things with the economy, which is really devastating, lots of people lost their jobs, and it's really bad. But the flip side is that we're not flying around the world right now. We're doing everything with Zoom. We're trying to really preserve our world in a better way. And I think that is something very positive, also very important for the new generation.
Yeah, absolutely. And it gives us a chance to establish, at least in my eyes, what really matters. And I think the foundation of what we build, and whether that's for our body or for our career. And I know this is skin school, and we begin like with the skin, but ultimately how we feel internally, is presented to the outside of the world, and reflects in our work and our actions and our energy. And going back to these basics has really been one of the focuses that I've tried to incorporate into my life, because so much of my career was also about the basics in sport. If you don't have the fundamentals, if you don't build on this like beautiful platform that you started, and you take it one step at a time, whether that's hydration, whether that's food, whether that's a technical element, and for example, in tennis, that's the beginning. And I will say that the last 5 months have really like made me take a few steps back and analyze what are those fundamentals that I need to keep building on.
That's so smart. And it's something very valuable you just said. You know, we have this beautiful foundation. So when we're young, everything is perfect, and we don't appreciate it until we get older and we think, oh, you know, I wish I hadn't done this, or whatever, smoked a cigarette, or whatever bad things you do, no sleep, and you know. So I think that's a really good message to say, you know, what we have when we're young, we need to preserve. Don't let's just pretend we're not going to age and do all the bad things. Let's take care of our bodies in early ages, you know. Get hydration, stay away from soda, stay away from fried food, stay away from McDonald's and all these fast food chains, and go to really healthy food, which gives our body the fuel to succeed and to work the best possible way and keep it young. Because, you know, I always talk about inflammation. Inflammation is just such a big thing, but you know, it starts with the food. If we eat food which causes inflammation in our system, it destructs tissue, destructs cells, and it causes a lot of things like aging, like, you know, chronic diseases, like immune system, you know, breakdowns.
When I was playing, and still to this day, one of the greatest lessons was that the element of hydration and nutrition are so important, and for preparation and for recovery. Like, we speak about the actual, you know, match or training, but it's what you do in between and how you stay hydrated, and the elements, and you're not, you know, food for me was, it had different meanings. You know, there's food for social, where I would be with my friends and being in Paris, and, you know, I would go to a new restaurant that I wanted to try. And that's a very different experience to, you know, 80% or maybe 90% of your day, where you know that what you're putting into your body is of really high essence, and that it will really give you the tools and provide you a much better feeling within your own soul, from your energy to your focus and concentration, and it flows into other things in your life and your work. I mean, the amount of focus that it takes to start a business, or the amount of focus that it takes to get through exams, you know, or playing competitively, it's constantly feeding your body to be up for it.
That's so smart. Yeah, hydration, nutrition, these are two of the philosophy breakdowns I have, because I think, you know, it applies the same to skincare. You know, if your skin is not hydrated, you know, your skin doesn't function the way it should. Skin barrier function scientifically is proven to be better when you hydrate your skin. And, you know, and you probably know this very well, when you take care of your skin in a very healthy way, you know, and your skin barrier function are strong, then the sun, you spend so much time in the sun, despite, you know, wearing sunscreen, obviously, but, you know, keeping your skin in very healthy shape is crucial.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I moved to Florida from Russia when I was only 6 years old, and I didn't have any education on like sun prevention or SPF, or even just the idea of reapplying. You know, of how if you apply SPF in the morning, how by noon you pretty much don't have any coverage on anymore. So I had to educate myself from a very young age, because you do see, I mean, I spent 6 to 8 hours every day training around other kids and running, and you don't have time to stop, you know, maybe for a few meals. You're sweating, it's all coming off. So I had to. And you notice, I mean, you know, when my mom moved to America, I didn't see her for the first couple of years, but she noticed how I mean, my skin was darker, you know, my freckles were definitely more evident. She could see it. So first thing she did, every day, twice a day, I would reapply SPF. So, you know, there's little lessons that you learn along the way. When you're younger, like, I don't remember washing my face before I went to sleep. You know, I'd brush my teeth, I'd go to bed, but now it's like, that's, you know, just as important as brushing my teeth.
You see, and this is where it's important that we do skin school, because when you're younger, you think, oh yeah, I wash my face tomorrow, but that's not a good thing. So we we tell you, you wash your skin every night. It's really mandatory. And did you
Yes.
ever have problems with your skin and puberty and when you
Yeah,
were
I
younger?
definitely did. I had pigmentation when I was younger. I definitely had breakouts when I was younger. And then because I was in the sun for so long, it was really tough to take care of that skin damage from the sun and the pigmentation that the breakouts would end up leaving, because I would, the next day be back out, competing and playing. So although I'd put on SPF, it's kind of, it was like reverse. I wasn't preventing, I was doing something to help cover it up. But I think through your youth, you go through trial and error. You go through so many emotions, and I think it certainly shows on your skin, and it did on mine. And then you kind of start understanding, my mother was my mentor and helped me with my skin habits. And those are like the little lessons that I learned along the way of, some things worked for me and others didn't. And you kind of learn, because you know better than anyone, it's all different based on the individual, what your skin needs depending on the climate you're in, whether you're around pollution a lot, whether you're in front of the screen a lot, and the blue rays. So all that goes into consideration when
Yes,
taking care of
you are
your
very educated. Not everybody understands how dangerous even the blue light from the phones are, and
yeah.
that's a very new science really coming into the skincare market. And we created the anti-pollution drop at the time. And a little while back, I don't know if you have them, you must have.
I have it on now, because I'm on my screen so much now, more than ever, I think, in my life.
And it causes pigmentation too. It causes inflammation, pigmentation. It dries out your skin and makes your skin barrier function even less functioning. So it's so important to do HEV light protection. And I find it interesting. You said your mom educated you, and I know the Russians, they have like their own super cool skincare things, crema, and there's just such cool stuff in the Russian market, which is like very like also herbal based, and they mix their own creams, and it's super cool. I have a lot of professors I work with in Russia, because they're so
they're very innovative. I remember my mom, because we had aloe vera growing, and she would make like masks for herself with sour cream, because I don't know why sour cream and not, but she used sour cream, and I believe she used the aloe vera and the local honey.
Yes, we did one for the maskathon, exactly that one. So good.
So we had because I grew up, I was born in Siberia, out of all places, and we still have family.
I've been to Siberia, Krasnodar. No, not Krasnodar. Wait, another close to a city, but we went into the most amazing nature. There was nothing. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I mean, it's
stunning. I haven't been there in a very long time.
We need to go, Marie. I come with you.
I would love to do like an exploratory trip. Yes.
Yes. Let's gather some herbs and stuff.
Absolutely. But I remember some of my family bringing us, because then we moved to Sochi, which is on the south, which is a beautiful resort.
I've been to Sochi too, by the way.
Look at you. So I remember them bringing honey for us, and it was the best gift. And still till this day, like when someone comes home and brings like if we have an Italian family visiting, and bringing like local olive oil, it's kind of those pure memories that take you back. For some reason, most of the time for me, it's within food, because I love food and I love indulging in food. So like when
Russian food is amazing, by the way. I love the Russian cuisine.
It's heavy. I mean, we were with my parents for the first few months of the quarantine, and my mother spoiled us rotten. Like twice a week, she would make crepes.
Oh my gosh, they're so good.
And she would wrap them in ricotta and just all like the flavorful Russian dishes. And then cabbage stuffed with meat. So we were... We were eating borscht, exactly. We were eating a lot. But yeah, as I said, like a lot of the time I'm very diligent with what I eat. But then on the other hand, I do love to eat with my friends, and I do love to eat trying new recipes and baking, and, you know, seeing like my grandmother's recipe through the years, seeing them evolve and her share it with me and trying it. There's definitely a big part of me that indulges. I mean, I even have a candy brand, so I definitely know how to indulge.
My favorite are the tennis balls.
And I have little gum tennis balls. I know you're gonna laugh at me, but I'm actually eating like some of my dark chocolate right now.
It's actually really good. And you know, when you know you're not, you know, eating like weird ingredients, which is normally, I don't let Pepper eat most candy unless I know what ingredients are in.
Exactly.
And when you know that it's
Pepper making pizza today.
Oh my God, this was the cutest thing ever. And she wants to go back and make more pizzas for all the you know, visitors in the restaurant.
Well, the best part is you're gonna make a business out of it, right? I'm like, oh, of course, Barbara's like the entrepreneur.
No, but Pepper talks about business. I explained her what business is, and now, you know, now she understands that, you know, we're in the product business, and then, you know, you have to sell products in order to be able to go to the toy store. So now when she's in the store or something and somebody buys something, she says, you have to give me the money. He's totally into this whole business idea. It's quite interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my first memory of entrepreneurship was when my my grandmother, she had a little kiosk that she owned in Sochi, and she would sell all like the necessities, the toothpastes and the deodorants, and I used to go with her sometimes in between my trainings, and I would be like, the first thing I wanted to do when a customer came in, I was like, you need a toothpaste. You need this for your home. I was like selling like crazy.
It's so cool. It's so cool. I love it.
When someone asks me about entrepreneurship, I always think of that for some reason, because she was like, wow, you're really aggressive. And I was like, I'm just trying to sell.
No, I love it. I think, you know, if kids learn early that they can that they're creative with what they make, and, you know, I think it's very cool to grow up like this with the ideas in the bag that, you know, there's something which can grow bigger. So it's cool.
Exactly. I always find it fascinating that you think of an idea and it's really like in your head, you know, it's like this little cloud. And then when you actually make it a reality, and when you see it, if it's a consumer product, you see it on a shelf. And then like in your case, you see people putting it on their skin, and then you see the effect of how it changes their skin and how beautiful it makes them feel. I mean, I remember just like
so nice.
few times that people were commenting on Sharapova, and, you know, that they had this little piece of indulgence that they could feel good about. And I was like, it's amazing. I had this vision and this idea that, back to like bringing food to someone's home as a gift, it was like the original idea I had was coming in and making people feel good, you know, about that at the end of a meal or come 5 o'clock, that they can get into their dark chocolate with coconut.
So, but you see, you're thinking of your consumer. You're thinking of the people who will fall in love and will be happy because of what you did, and that's how I see it too. And I think that's why things work, because we're very passionate about the product, but also passionate about making the customer, the client or the patient happy, you know. And that's why the skin school is so important to me, because, you know, no matter where I am, I want to connect with everyone out there and you know, share you with them, and share, you know, the wisdom of how to treat skin, which we haven't really talked much, but this is so interesting. I love talking to you about everything, and entrepreneurship is also something I think everyone should look into, because these are the times where you really connect with your creativity. And if you guys have an idea, and an awesome idea where you think everybody would love it, then stick to it and hold on to it and try to make it happen, because in these times lots of cool things get created, you know.
And I think it's a good time to also analyze if you have started something. And usually at the beginning of innovation or beginning of building a company, there's so many things that are thrown at you and so many details that you usually have to think of. But in the past, since the beginning of the year, it's just been a nice time to, like we mentioned in the beginning, like the basics of what you stand for, what your company is, the employees, the mission, the branding, every little part of it. It's like you have time to exhale and time, and it's interesting because it's also a time of uncertainty, and every type of business is affected on some sort of level, even if you're a business that is selling a lot of product. On the back end, like I'm sure your manufacturing is challenging at the moment, like how many people can actually be in factories producing your work. So there's no one that's not affected, and it's been nice for people to like go back to step one, to step two, and rethink and reshape, and make their branding even stronger. And for those that are been around it for a long time, I think it gives them a chance to reevaluate. And if things weren't working well, it gives them time to look at the future and see how they can build better and where they can be better.
Totally true. I totally agree. What is your anti-inflammatory moment? Where's when you relax? And probably you have a lot right now because you're in Colorado and going hiking. But what is where you can relax the best and take a moment for yourself?
I never thought I'd say this, but actually the time that I spent now, like working out and just doing it for myself, you know, as opposed to so many years of my life, a lot of the things, of course, I was doing it for myself, but a lot of the exercises and the workouts were all very specific toward my sport and geared toward you know, making myself quicker and faster and sharper and stronger. And it's been nice to just work out and like for my own good, like to feel good, to get a good sweat, to not really have the pressure or metrics and numbers.
Oh, I can imagine.
So, yeah, I've liked that feeling. And I never thought I would say like anything if you say what's like your, you know, like indulgence at the moment. But it really has been because I'm not on my phone. And even if I'm on a stationary bike, like I put everything away and I spend like 60 minutes just with, that's usually what I can give myself. And I just go all out, you know, and I find myself like really pushing myself and I get through it and I'm like, strong body, strong mind.
When do you have your best ideas? When you work out or when you take a shower, or what is your moment?
I would say previously it was when I was flying, because you're in like your own like shell and you have this like noise of the airplane. Even when you have, I'm sure you know, even when you have headphones on, there's this still like buzz sound. And I always enjoyed traveling on my own, even though I always had a fairly large team, or I would, you know, if I was going on a holiday, I would be with my friends. But the time on a plane, I was always like, I wrote down more notes on the plane than any other time, because things would just come through. It's like you have this time, you know, you're not looking all around, you're not moving, you're isolated. So I always thought I challenged my mind really well there. Now that's changed, obviously. And I'm always very inspired in the mornings. Like when I wake up and
You're an early bird.
I'm an early bird. I wake up really early. I do love like my 8 to 9 hours, but I wake up very
good. I just wanted to ask you how your sleep was. Guys, 8 to 9 hours, really, really mandatory, because that is what matters so much for immune system. Immune system shuts down 70% if you don't get enough sleep.
Right.
Our memory is not functioning if we don't sleep. There's so many things which really suffer, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. I try to get at least 8 hours. And I mean, there's so many now, there's so many like devices you can wear, like wearables or that help you track that. And I do think that we're not a lot of people, like I was very informed about the importance of sleep, but in the last few years, as I've seen so many people write about sleep and talk about sleep, I forget that for me, it was just not that it was mandatory, but it felt very natural, because I felt like I couldn't perform if I didn't get enough sleep. But seeing like the conversations around sleep and the importance, I realized that, wow, actually many people are not getting the right amount of sleep.
Especially right now.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. So I
the
would
stress
suggest
which gets,
in investing in that
yeah.
education and being informed about how important sleep is.
Do you meditate? Because I think lots of people are so stressed right now. You know, we all have like our little anxieties, and you
Yeah.
know, this also results in really bad sleep. And I think lots of people have insomnia. I actually created this sleep food, but also meditation helps, and you know, just to trying to disconnect from the news, from your
Right.
computers and your phones, maybe an hour before you go to bed.
I did an experience at a spa a few years ago, and it was Ayurveda.
Yeah.
And the lady that ran the course, during all the treatments, she recommended that I do TM, transcendental meditation. So I did try it, and it's interesting because I don't, like many people, I don't have all the time for it, and they say you have to do it twice a day for 20 minutes.
A lot.
And I was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of time. But I have to say, when I'm consistent with it, I feel much better. But I haven't been as diligent with it as I should be. So that's the honest truth.
I just like to read this book from Krishnamurti all the time. And it's almost like a little meditation because you really have to focus on reading it. He's such a philosopher who says in every word there's something you need to focus. So,
right.
But you know, meditation is one thing I want to focus more on in the future.
Do you do it?
I started doing it, you know, in quarantine, and I tried it. You know, when you know, business took so much out of me, and I was like, so, you know, trying to keep all the balls in the air, and that's why I was like hard for me to disconnect and not think about nothing. I think I find this so hard.
Yeah. Well, I will say that when you start, it's nice to see the result. Like when you do it once or twice, I don't think you really you can become a little bored. But when you do it a little bit more consistently, you do start to feel its effects. Like, and sometimes I will say that when I meditate, I am very creative, because although I'm supposed to like snap out of the creation, a lot of good thoughts come about.
Yeah, no, this makes total sense. Are you still using aloe vera?
Yeah, I do. It's included in some of the product, like some of the creams that I use and some of the masks that I use, but a majority of my skincare, I use yours.
Yes, the mask, I just did my hydrating face mask. It's with aloe vera. And, you know, even our cleansers with aloe vera. I love aloe vera. And, you know,
I love your foaming cleanser.
Yeah, I love this foaming cleanser too. It's my favorite. But aloe vera from the garden, you know, aloe vera is proven scientifically to help with hyperpigmentation. So your mom was so smart to also put you on that.
Is that why you put it in the mask?
No, I put it in the mask because aloe vera is great. It has great healing properties. It's anti-inflammatory.
Right.
It's hydrating. It has all the things I love. So I use a lot of aloe vera. But also, you know, sometimes, you know, when you live in countries where they grow aloe vera, just use it. Make your mask with the honey and with the yogurt or sour cream, and
that's the best.
It's so great. Yeah,
the best.
So
I think what people sometimes don't understand is that it's really like you can make product with all those natural ingredients, but when you put it in a jar and you put it in a box, it doesn't last very long, and that's the problem, right?
But there's another thing which comes to it. You know, just putting herbs from the garden in a jar doesn't do much either. You know, also quite the opposite. It could be even virus could carry viruses, and you could it could cause allergies. So it's mandatory that you take the herbs, put it in the lab, synthesize it in a lab, and then create the product out of it, because you make it more reliable, you make it safe,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because that's why organic is not really what we should be looking for. Organic doesn't mean anything. You want to have the powers of what you find in your garden and nature. You want to make it like the most valuable it could possibly be. For example, we do with the purslane, we bioferment it. And that's so great because you bring all the best stuff out and you make it totally reliable in concentration, but you also keep viruses out, you know.
Right.
And
what are the best ingredients for pigmentation?
So aloe vera is one, which is great. you know, vitamin C in low concentration, not too high, because everything above 5% actually damages skin barrier function, which could create more hyperpigmentation. And then I created a darker skin tone line. What's really great for evening out the skin tone is Lumicol. And the brightening line uses a lot of garden cress sprouts. We have like a brightening food, which uses olive leaf extract, watercress sprouts, copper. I mean, there are a bunch of amazing ingredients from the nature we use. You know, you don't have to go for the crazy ingredients, which people might tell you use, like acid peels or hydroquinone or glycolic and retin-A, and it's like very harsh on your skin and it disrupts your skin functions. So stay away from this.
Sometimes when you use those products, you have to use so many other things on top of them to protect your skin.
Yeah, and that's even hard, because if you exfoliate healthy skin cells, you know, they say, oh yeah, you accelerate the cell turnover, which is not really what we want to do, because you create non-mature cells. So they're basically baby cells, and those cells get attacked by the sun, they get attacked by the HEV light, they get attacked by all the stress from outside, and then it causes premature aging, hyperpigmentation, and possibly even cancer, you know? So it's really important to go the opposite way, make your skin super strong, make your skin you know, reliable, and you protect your skin in order for your skin be the protection tool that you want it to be, you know?
Right. And what is SPF? Does SPF also protect you from the blue light of the screens?
No. So that's a really important question. I get asked this a lot. So there are two things which you need to protect. Number one, the sun drops, the SPF, SPF 50. And number two, something I created called anti-pollution drops. And the anti-pollution drops have ingredients to create a shield to block out the HEV light from the phones and from the computers. And that's so important. So
and then is washing it off just as important in the evening, obviously?
Yes, yes, very smart. Of course, you have to wash your skin in the evening in order to get off pollutants, as well as all the dirt, makeup, whatever is on your skin. Even sunscreen, you need to wash off, because sunscreen is also glued to your skin, and also not the best ingredient for your skin. Sunscreen is really something we want to wash off in the evenings as well. So yeah, thoroughly wash.
So many participants in this chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
Yeah, we should dial some people in.
We have some ready. We have Andrea ready.
Andrea's ready to join us. Hi, Andrea.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful. Thank you. I am here in the San Francisco Bay Area, just a little south of the San Francisco Bay Area. So this is such a pleasure to meet you and speak with you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Totally pleasure to have you.
You guys are lovely. I just want to say it's so lovely to hear you guys talk about the anti-inflammatory, and I echo what you're saying, Maria, about the balance and the trial and the error about, you know, from our teens to our womanhood, and how our skin changes and how we have to find that balance. I've been new to your product, Dr. Sturm. I love it. I'm infatuated with it. I've been using it. I've been using it for a month. I've seen a major difference within a week. I sometimes get a little rosacea in this area, so it's helped me with that.
Do you have the calming serum? Do you have the calming?
Daily. I've just introduced myself to the hyaluronic acid. I've just introduced myself to your face mask.
You've got all just this stuff going on. Those are all my favorites.
It's the best. The enzyme cleaner is what worried me a little bit, because sometimes I can get a little red with that stuff.
Do it only once a week when you suffer with rosacea. Once a week is enough, and don't use ingredients like retinol, retin-A, glycolic, vitamin C. Don't use all of those. Then it should be fine. Once a week should be enough for you. But it's good for exfoliation. Try it gently.
Gently, yes. And then of course I use the face light on top of that. I guess that leads me to my question is I'm slowly introducing your products, and I keep the routine very simple with a few of your serums and the Face Light moisturizer and just that enzyme scrub. What are the major differences with that darker skin tones line? Would I benefit from something in that line, or what are the major differences versus your normal skincare?
Very good question. So the major difference is that the darker skin tone line is more anti-inflammatory. It's more antibacterial. So it also helps when you have tendency to get little breakouts here and there. So before we had our clarifying line, I always told my acne patients to use a darker skin tone line. And now we combine darker skin tone with clarifying for breakouts. And the third active is like to even out the skin tone. So if you suffer of pigmentation issues, it's great to even out the skin tone with the darker skin tone line. So it's the same like the normal, but a little more active.
Okay. And would somebody with rosacea benefit from that, or certain pieces of that line?
I would stay with the normal line with rosacea. Unless you have hyperpigmentation issues, I would just leave it with the normal. Yeah, leave it with the normal line. I would stick to the normal one.
Great. Yeah, I'm getting educated more and more about your products, and the darker skin tone line, I faced some confusion on that. So
yes, yes. But you know,
to
every question you have, you always can circle back to us. We're doing FaceTime consultations. You can always be in touch. You know, I love to hear from you. And if you have some, you know, specifics you wanna clarify, totally always available.
That's so wonderful. And the night serum, I'm looking to incorporate that.
It's so good. The night serum, if you don't have it yet.
See that excitement?
Oh my God, it's my favorite. Right, Maria, do you have the night serum?
I don't.
So passionate. I love it. So passionate.
Oh my God, we have to get it to you, Maria. It's insane.
I don't have the night serum.
I'm looking forward to getting it. I haven't received it yet.
You know what's so great about the night serum? I tell you, the night serum is amazing. It has ingredients to rebuild collagen. It has ingredients to help with the UV damage throughout the day. So it helps your own repair mechanisms. It soothes irritated skin, so it's great for rosacea skin. It helps with fine line and wrinkles because it plumps it with like a red algae and a plankton extract, and obviously is hydrating. It's strengthening skin barrier function. So all the functions you want to have for throughout the night, it does it. And I'm obsessed. It's the most amazing feeling on the skin. And when you wake up in the morning, you will text me and you will just like, oh my God, it's insane.
I think she sold that to us.
I think she did. I'm waiting for it.
I'm going on barbarasturm.com.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.
You too. Thank you.
So nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
So we already have our next guest, and it's, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Jovita?
Jovita.
Or Jovita? I'm not
sure. Jovita. Or Jovita.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So my name is Jovita. I'm from Mumbai, India.
Oh, wow. Hi.
It's a pleasure meeting you. Hi.
Very nice to meet you.
And I love your outfit and the wall. It looks so colorful. So nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So basically, I have a lot of under eye dark circles since I was very young. I have not used many creams, and I didn't have a proper routine. So I wanted to ask about that.
So dark circles is always, you know, it can be that, you know, some people get it when they don't get enough sleep. Some people get it when, you know, when they're aging, they get like dark circles because the skin level is a little lower. You know, some, you know, especially from India, you know, they have it like hereditary. So dark circles is something a lot of people deal with just because, you know, it's the skin. And, you know, what I always love doing is the brightening serum. So the brightening serum on those, you know, dark circles is amazing because it lightens up the skin right there. And this helps enormously. What I saw a lot of patients also, which I helped with injections, but you're so young. I don't think you want to start doing that. Huh?
Yeah, she's beautiful. You don't need those
Yes.
injections.
No, but sometimes if you lift the skin level a little bit, it helps. It helps with it's like the shade doesn't create a shade, but the brightening serum actually is amazing for dark circles because it just gives like, it lightens up this area. It's really nice.
And also, like many people tell, like you can to wash your face to use warm water or cold water.
Always lukewarm water. Yeah, it's very good question. Not too hot, because when you wash your face with hot water, it disrupts the skin barrier function. Don't make it too hot. The best way to wash your face is lukewarm water. And you know, obviously you can also use cold water in the morning. It's nice to splash cold water in your face, but the best way to also clear up impurities and take care of the skin is lukewarm water. But for the dark circles, also what you should try is the eye cream. The eye cream is also amazing with dark circles. I don't know, do you have any of the products?
No.
I think maybe the phone fell down.
Yeah.
Should we? Are you still there?
Yeah.
We don't
Hello?
see you.
Do you use any of the products, Kavita?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Do you use any of the products?
No.
So the eye cream is great for dark circles as well. The eye cream and the brightening serum would be a good combination for you.
It was really nice meeting you.
Nice to
So
meet
nice
you.
to meet you. Bye.
Sorry. Next we have Amar.
Amar. Hi, Amar.
Hi, nice to meet you. Wait, I can't turn on my video for some reason.
Nice. Oh,
Hi.
there you are. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm sorry, I'm really nervous. I'm from the UK, and I just like, I saw Maria in London. Nice to meet you again, Maria. I saw you in London last year.
Hi.
Hi. My questions, I have two questions. One for you, Maria. During your whole career, how were you so mentally strong for your matches?
Such a good question.
Yeah, well, it was a long career and I had many ups and downs. But I think, you know, I treated my career as that it wasn't a sprint, that it was a marathon, and that no matter how many, you know, times I lost or didn't compete at my best level, I always had opportunities to train and to get better and to improve. And I think, you know, one of the most proudest moments or proudest times is actually I took the losses like they were very tough, and I was, you know, upset because I'm a big competitor at heart and I always wanted to win. But I was realistic and I knew that I couldn't always win, no matter how good I played, and that I would have tough days. And so I took those as opportunities. I relied on my team a lot. I was very close to all my team members, and I think that's really important in life, to have people around you that you can, you know, grow with and go through tough times with. I always think, like, you know, the friends and the team members that you choose in life, you want to be next to them during the tough moments. It's always easy to be next to people during fantastic, you know, victorious moments, but it's the people that you want to be with when you're down. So I think I did a really good job of choosing people with amazing values that had, you know, the very similar vision to myself, and we were able to do a lot of great things together.
That's incredible. Like, you've been my like lifetime idol, and like, my goal is to tour myself actually one day after they remove lockdowns and we can start traveling to tournaments.
Do you play tennis?
Yep. I train full time.
Oh, amazing. Well, good. Well, when you can play again, good luck, and I hope that you achieve everything that you strive for, and surround yourself with really great people and work really hard.
Thank you so much, Maria.
Very
This
nice
meant
to meet
a lot
you.
to me. Nice to meet you as well. And Dr. Sturm, regarding your skincare consultation today, what would you recommend for breakouts and acne?
Say the last word again.
Like to prevent breakouts and acne.
Okay, do you have oily skin? Would
Yeah.
you say? Yes. And do you have occasional breakouts?
Yeah, I have them quite frequently.
So what I want you to use is the cleanser, the foam cleanser every day, possibly morning and night. The enzyme cleanser, and both of those from the darker skin tone line. The enzyme cleanser I want you to use 2-3 times a week. And then the clarifying serum, the clarifying face cream. And if you experience breakouts, you use the clarifying face mask twice a week for 20 minutes, and then you wash it off. And I also created a spot treatment. And you can put, if you experience a breakout, you just put it on the spots and it heals it. It's great. It heals it overnight. You can put it on overnight, but it's important that you keep your skin super clean, especially when you do sports and you sweat. Do always a skincare routine after. So when you take a shower, make sure that first of all the shampoo and conditioner is all off your body, your arms, your face, that it doesn't stick to your face, and then you do your full skincare routine as well. So take care in the sense that you keep your skin clean and have the right skincare routine, and really also use it and pursue it in the right way.
Okay, thank you so much for your advice, and thank you so much. And Maria, thank you so much. And like, I have one of your actual rackets here, and
Oh, look at that.
It's so cool.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know how you, like, with your shoulder surgery, like injury, I'm sorry, I've, like, it's quite heavy.
Yeah, tennis rackets are heavy in general.
Thank you so much, Maria.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you,
you.
Dr. Sturm. Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
So
Goodbye.
nice to meet you.
Goodbye. Have a good
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Oh, this was so great. I love that.
Oh, that's very
Hello.
so sweet.
Yeah.
Next we have Margarita. Margarita.
Margarita.
Hi.
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 So good
We go way back.
way back, but I
Way
actually
back.
found out about the skincare line through Maria. So she's got a lot of very loyal fans, and she posted about your skin care, Dr. Sturm, and I've been using it, and I'm a huge fan. And when I got your email about the webinar with my favorite tennis player, I had to join.
Oh, amazing.
Sending a lot of her fans to you. My question for you is about all of the different serums that you have. So I got the sampler. I have them right here, and I find it a little bit confusing about what to use when, and can you mix them up? Just so much stuff out there. I would just love to know maybe the top 2 or 3 things that I should be using. Otherwise, it gets very confusing.
Yeah, it's a very good question, and I have to admit it's a lot of serums, and you have to understand a serum is like the power tool of our skincare, because a serum has active ingredients in a high concentration, mostly in a water soluble situation. So the ingredients can shoot fast and really deep down into different skin layers, which is great and which we want. So a serum is a mandatory step in our skincare routine, and shouldn't replace a cream, but the cream shouldn't also replace a serum. So the serums are important. Well, there are serums in our selection which are hyaluronic based. So first of all, there's the hyaluronic serum, and it's the white t-shirt, and everybody should use a hyaluronic serum. It's important for hydration on all skin layers, also to carry active ingredients into deeper skin layers. So hyaluronic serum, super important. I have a few hyaluronic serum based serums. I do the hyaluronic serum first, and then in the morning I use the anti-pollution drops. You can mix it into your serum, or you can use it as it is on your own. doesn't matter, you can do both. Then I have the super anti-aging serum, which is basically like the hyaluronic serum but packed with anti-aging ingredients. You could even say, okay, I don't use the hyaluronic serum, but instead I use the super anti-aging serum. Yeah. So what I do the hyaluronic serum in the morning, then the anti-pollution drops. If you want to use a lipid serum like the calming serum, the brightening serum, that would be the next step. So you start with your clear serums, the clear ones, the hyaluronic serum, hyaluronic acid based, then your lipid serums, and then your face cream. So the lipid serum would be calming serum or brightening serum. And then after your face cream, the sun drops or the glow drops. You also can put the anti-pollution drops to the end. And the
hopefully you're not more confused after this.
Oh my God. Is it too confusing?
Yeah.
No, I like how you said, Barbara, that you use the clear serums first and then you go into that makes a lot of sense.
Do you have to give it some time, like between the serum? How much time do you?
So 15 to 20 seconds. So I tell you what I do, because then it's like, it makes more sense. So I put on the hyaluronic serum, then I go and put my t-shirt on, and then I come back and I do the drop, and then I put my next clothing piece, or I put my jewelry in, or whatever. So I do one step and then I do something else and wait like 20 seconds. And then the next serum, then the face cream. And
yeah, you want it to absorb into the skin.
Right. Yes. And in the evenings, what I use in the evenings, you guys have to do it. It's really, really good. I use the super anti-aging serum, and then I use the night serum, and then I use my face cream.
Super anti-aging.
Also, there are serums, the calming serum I use right now because we're in Italy and it's sunny. So after sun calming serum is like the perfect after sun product. I had a little red because, I was in the ocean. So I put the calming serum on and takes the redness away right away, and it heals your skin. It's so magical.
I like to use the glow drops when I don't want to use a lot of foundation on my skin. And it's such a nice primer for either like blush. It leaves like a nice glow to they're called glow drops for a reason. But I love those like for an evening where I don't want to put a lot of foundation on and where I want more of a natural look, but it does it highlights your face really nicely. I have a fun story. So Margarita gave me, when I won Wimbledon, I was wearing earrings that she gifted to me.
Oh my God. I love this.
Many years ago. Well, Maria, we miss you, and we love all the different things you're sharing on your social media. So you're doing it. And Dr. Sturm, thank you so much. I'm a huge fan of your skincare. I really love it. Thanks to Maria for introducing me. And I appreciate your time today.
Thank you, Margarita.
I love it.
Send love to your family.
Okay.
Yes, lots of love.
Bye.
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 Next, we have Yoon.
Yoon?
And you've actually spoken before.
Okay. Yoon or John?
Y-O-O-N.
Y-O-N.
Y-O-O-N.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Hi. Hello. Hi,
You're
Maria.
glowing.
Thank you. I've been actually using your products.
Bravo.
Your skin looks so good.
Oh yeah, I actually just woke up because I'm in Singapore and it's like 1:30.
I want to wake up like this.
I know. I was gonna say.
Thank you so much. Oh yes. If I could. Hello.
Oh, so good.
I got it from the last time we spoke. So I was so excited to use it. And it really helped
It makes
my
me
skin.
so happy.
What's your favorite?
Good.
Sorry?
You have a favorite in that bag?
Yeah, like what you just said. Glow drops and
The glow drops. Yeah.
Yeah. I stopped using foundation. So
Very good.
yes, thank you so much. So happy. Yeah. My question today is because I have to, in our country we have to wear masks, like face masks. So, I practically wear that for more than 8 hours a day continuously.
That's tough.
Yeah, I know that contributes to my acne. So I actually have spots self-care. Like, I just want that undivided friend. So, like, how should I use your products under
That's
my
such a good question. You know, like 3
Well,
days
first
ago,
of all, thank you for being an example and wearing a mask.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you so much, and we encourage everyone to do so for the safety of all that are around us. But yes, it does provide a few difficulties, especially for the skin.
Totally. And you know, especially when you have to wear it for all day. I mean, we are just with our family all day long, so you don't have to wear the mask. But you know, when you have to wear the mask, it's really challenging. And I came here on the flight, and I was wearing the mask for a long time, and even I felt like a little got a little breakout here from the mask, from wearing the mask. So it's really tough. And what's mandatory, I say mandatory the whole time, it's so weird. What's so important
That's
is that
very, very German of you.
yeah, it's very German of me. That you keep your skin hydrated. And because the mask, and depending what kind of mask you wear, the friction on your skin, it destroys your skin a little bit and does, like, you know, micro injuries. And then, you know, bacteria can come in, and, you know, something might be sitting on the mask. And it's really good if you keep the skin hydrated and also keep the skin smooth. And what I find what really helps is the calming serum, to apply the calming serum multiple times a day when you wear the mask. Yeah. And when you have breakouts, what I always do is like using the spot treatment. You know, I put the spot treatment on, and this is like magical. It heals up your spots, and it's just so good. It's zinc and tea tree oil and ingredients to soothe irritated skin. And we have it in all these shades. You can pick the shade of your skin. You can use the clear one for overnight. It's so magical. And you know, what's also great is the face mask, the clarifying face mask, so that you maybe use that 2-3 times a week, keep it on for 20 minutes, and then wash it off. It's so great.
I actually just used that before I went to bed.
Good.
Yeah,
These products are great because they also hydrate your skin. They don't dry out your skin, because when you have breakouts, the biggest misconception and biggest misconception and mistake is to dry out your skin, you know, when you have breakouts. And lots of products really go for the drying out your skin, and that's something I really want to work against. And the clarifying line actually heals up your spots, helps with the controlling sebum production, but also hydrates your skin.
Yeah, I actually am using that. So I was wondering, what's like, should I use the darker skin tone or your hyperpigmentation? Because yes, the brightening serum.
Yeah. The darker skin tone is great, because the darker skin tone line not only helps with evening out the skin tone, but also helps with being antibacterial. There's an ingredient which is actually working against the Propionibacterium acnes, so the bacterium which causes acne. So it's antibacterial, it's anti-inflammatory, and helps to even out the skin tone. So I like the darker skin tone line products a lot. And the bundle with the hyperpigmentation bundle has actually the darker skin tone in combination with the brightening line.
Oh, cool. So it recommended if I use that?
Yeah, I think that's a good combination.
Or just the yeah.
So if you break out a lot right now, you can combine it with the clarifying, or you combine it when your breakouts clear up, you combine it with the brightening one.
Okay. Well, could I ask Maria a question?
Of course.
Yeah, I would like to ask, how did you how is your skincare when you're under the sun?
Yeah.
Because I do sports as well, so it's quite tough balancing both.
Yeah, it is. And especially when you sweat. It's finding this right combination of, you know, making sure that the product doesn't sting in your eyes, and also finding a product that is water resistant. So until I met Barbara, and even now I use Supergroup SPF and I use Barbara's. So I sometimes mix the two, but I would say the most important trick is reapplying, because we don't realize when we start our day is usually when we have that little bit of time to put on the products that our skin needs. But it's the time like in between, like maybe just before lunch, or after lunch, where I think we sometimes forget to take care of our skin. So maybe it's taking a few moments to drying up the skin and then reapplying, you know, maybe doing the serum and then doing another coat of SPF over that.
Cool.
That's so true. Also that the skin, the sunscreen really goes into the skin, that it doesn't sit on top. It really is the most effective when it disappears into your skin.
And don't forget the hands. You know, we always get like, because we put the cream on the palms of our hands and then we rub the SPF in, and then I don't know why, but I always forget the hands. And now I have like a little jar in my car that I keep, that whenever I'm in there for longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah, when you drive, no? You always need it.
Yes. Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that's how reapplying is really important.
Yeah. Cool. I use that on my body as well, because I don't like most sunscreens on the market. They leave a very weird feeling.
Yeah, and smell.
Yeah, and it breaks me out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Dr. Barra, thank you so much. Thank you, Maria, so
very
much.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to see you.
I'm so happy. Yeah,
have a great day.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Last but not least, we have Natalia.
Natalia.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Natalia.
Excited. I have a question, I think, for both of you. Well, my favorite tennis player ever.
Thank you.
And I don't know how many times I've been in after Barbara Sturm. Well, studio, there's a door, just like checking out everything, but I'm confused about what to do all the time. So basically, like I used to travel a lot. Now because of the lockdown, I'm just go for like I feel like my skin changes like according to the place I'm like at the current moment. Right now I'm breaking out a lot. So I'm in the room for basically the entire day. The sun doesn't go to my face much as I to do, because I used to play tennis when I could go out, but right now I can't. So like my question is first for like Dr. Barbara Sturm, what lines do you like for darker skin tones or like the regular ones? And how can I start to use like all the things and build in my routine?
Very good question. So we put together a bundle and we have it on the website as well. And for you, what I would recommend right now is the darker skin tone line in combination with the clarifying line to really also get your breakouts under control. And, you know, lots of breakouts right now people have because of the stress, the enormous stress we all have. And, you know, we get those breakouts in between. And also, obviously, wearing those face masks a lot. That's why the darker skin tone line, you know, the cleanser and the enzyme cleanser, the powder, the enzyme cleanser you only use twice a week, and the foam cleanser you use every day. And then the hyaluronic serum from the darker skin tone lines. And then the clarifying serum, the clarifying face cream, and the spot treatment. So that's a really good routine. Maybe the repair food, the supplements, also really good for the skin and works with breakouts. And just important, and you know, to see the full effect. And what I always say and recommend is using it together. You know, I know it's fun to curate your own skincare routine at home, and I use the mask from this brand and the cleanser from this brand, and sometimes those ingredients defeat each other. So that's why I put together these bundles on our website, that you can see. That's the routine I use morning and night, and this is what shows me the best results for my skin. So the breakout bundle is probably a really good one right now, because at least it's like helping with your breakouts, and also still hydrates your skin and is taking care of your skin. It's anti-aging, so you get all the you know, all the profits, but still also helps to clear up your breakouts.
Okay, so for example, like taking classes all the time, like on the computer, so like I use the solution like serum. So how long do I have to wait to put the SPF? Because I like to go to like my train a little bit, like tennis with like the ball, just because I really miss it. So how long I have to wait to do that, or I can just put like SPF on top of it and then
the sun drops, the sunscreen. Yeah. So you're breaking up a little bit. The sun drops you put in at last. I always put it at last. If you use products which might sit on top of the skin before, so if I don't know what you're using, but it's really important when you use the sun drops or any type of sunscreen that your sun drops really go into your skin and dissolve into your skin, because this is when you have the best protection. If it just sits on the skin, it's not same good. Okay.
Okay, and the question for my would be, how often do I wash my face, like after like training? Because I feel like it's just everything's on my face all the time.
Yeah, I would, so definitely wash. This is my routine at least, and maybe you can draw a little bit from it, but I wake up and I brush my teeth and I wash my face, and that's when I feel like, I don't know, it's an element of waking up. Like I usually have a splash of cold water, and that's the start to my day, alongside a cup of coffee, of course. And then if I'm applying, you know, the anti-pollution drops in front of my screen a lot, if I'm going outside and I'm applying SPF, when I come home and I know that I'm no longer going to be outside or not driving anymore, I'm not going to have a lot of rays in front of me, that's when I like to wash my face and take off any unnecessary makeup. And just really, there's an element of feeling natural about like the skin that you're in. That's also very important, like to give yourself this self-esteem and confidence. So when I'm at home and we are spending a lot of that time right now, it's important to let your skin breathe. So I'd wash my face after that, and then maybe do it again before you go to bed.
Okay.
And important, if I may say one thing, you know, use a cleanser which is hydrating, doesn't strip your skin, doesn't have a too high of pH, so never use soap or anything. It's really important that the cleanser has the pH similar to the skin and it's hydrating. So especially when you wash your face more often a day, and it all makes sense. So that's why also Maria is in love with the foam cleanser, because it does all these things, and that's important.
That's amazing. Because I have like the light is called, I think that's called. And I bought this one, and I really just very confused how to use it, but I do love the anti-pollution drops. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are like inside and outside. I want to put like lots of things on my face. So I think this will work perfectly. Thank you so much.
I use both together all the time, so.
Oh, great.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for your
Nice
questions.
to meet you too.
So nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us today.
No, thank you for this.
And thank you, Maria. You're such an inspiration to everybody. Unbelievable. I so much enjoyed talking to you. I could sit here for hours and talk to you. We should do this again, because there's so many people wanted to ask more questions. So let's plan another one. You're a superstar. Absolutely. And you know, guys, the only sugar you're allowed to eat is sugar pova.
Yes.
Honestly. Otherwise, no sugar. No sugar, only that.
Notice it's open, by the way.
And Maria has amazing skin. I can say this for a fact.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you so much. Love you. Bye, everybody.